So, as you most of you know, if you follow me, big sports fan and big softball. I played Division I college softball at Missouri a long time ago. But I was watching a game last night, and it wasn't Missouri, and it doesn't matter who it was. But it was a top 10 team, and they were playing an unranked team. And I said to myself when I turned it on, like, this should be a blowout, right? Well, it wasn't. The game ended up being 2-1, and the ranked team won. Um, and there was a really bang bang close play at the plate, right? And allowed them to win. And so, of course, this morning, you know, all the armchair quarterbacks are out, and they're talking about, how they need to hit and what's wrong with them, and do they need a new coach, and do they need a new, hitting coach, and blah blah blah. And I'm sitting reading these things this morning, and I thought, you know what? It's bad enough that we're our own worst critics, right? Like, we're hard enough on ourselves. And now we've got people on social media doing whatever. And I just hope that these young college athletes aren't reading this crap, because that's what it is. You're a top 10 team, right? You were ranked number one in the nation for a while. And then I thought to myself, you know what? We do the same thing to ourselves in business as business owners. We're our own worst critics. And then we go see a less than, 5-star review, or a client says something to us, or a client leaves, or whatever. And it totally disrupts our day, totally disrupts our week. It totally disrupts everything, right? We get the spinnies, is what I call them, right? Our mind just goes, because we're our own worst critic. And I get it, right? We all want to strive for perfection, knowing that it's never going to happen, right? But we always want to strive to be better. I understand that. But we also need to give ourselves some grace. It was interesting. I was doing a podcast interview yesterday, and I don't remember what the question was, but we started talking about mindset and how important that is, not only in athletics, but as a business owner. And it's funny because I'm known as a marketing coach. I'm known as a strategist. I'm known as somebody who talks about implementing and executing and getting things done and all of those things, right? And I started off in this business in direct response marketing, and still is what I do today, right? To a large degree. But it was interesting because I said I spend a lot of time talking to people about mindset. It's probably the most important thing, not the most important thing. It's a very important thing in our business, in our life. Why? Because you spend the most time with you. And if you're giving yourself negative self-talk, and if you are listening to all the critics, right? Then you're going to get stuck. You're going to stop. It's not going to be fun anymore, right? You're going to be depressed, whatever the right word is. But here's the thing to remember. It's not about them. And the other piece of this is, you're not for everyone. I don't care what you do. I'm really clear on this, right? I'm not the coach for everyone, because if you can't take direct, loving, but direct, right? Advice, if you can't take direct feedback, that's the word I'm looking for. You know, I'm not the person for you, because I'm going to be direct. That's just how I'm built, right? And so, now, that's not to say that I don't work individually with each person within their personality, but I'm okay with the fact that I'm not for everyone. And you have to be okay with that too, right? Because when you get so tied up in what everybody else thinks, I used to see this a lot with coaches. They wanted everybody to like them. Everybody on your team is not going to love you, and it's okay, right? And there are going to be days when everybody hates you. It's just the way it is, right? But if you try so hard to be everything to everybody, you lose you. You lose who you are. You lose what makes you unique, what makes you you, what makes you the person that people are drawn to. Because you're inconsistent, nobody knows who you are, to include yourself, and that's the worst possible outcome. And so I just want to encourage you. It's hump day, right? It's Wednesday. Hopefully there was a little wisdom in that, and you could take something from that and move forward with it. But knowing that it's okay to have critics. Just be you. Just go out there and do your thing and don't worry about the armchair quarterbacks. Because what's interesting, and I said this morning to myself, I've learned long ago not to make comments, but you know, how many of these people who are making these comments about the game last night have ever even hit a fast pitch softball? How many of them ever played one play of a Division I softball game or even high school, right? Probably very few. Because I saw something this morning that said your daughter has a 0.003 chance of playing college softball, right? So most of them haven't. It's easy for people to sit around and judge you, the man who's actually in the arena. Talked about that yesterday on Tuesday's Tidbit, right? Rather than go do it themselves. So you be you. Go do your thing. Just be you. And the right people will be attracted to you. Go find them. Go talk to people. But don't let somebody else negatively affect your business, negatively affect your day, or for that matter, even a minute of your day. Go be the best you that you can be and do it every day and get a little better every day and forget about. Now, that's assuming that you're not an a-hole, right? And I'm assuming that you're not. But don't let what other people say negatively affect the message and the impact that you make on the world, because it's important. I'm Diane Conklin with Complete Marketing Systems and dianesdozen.com. And if you need help with that, reach out. Let's have a discussion. I would love to talk to you about some other tips and hints that might be able to help you with that. Until next time, make it a great day.